Hi, Stu. We just wanted to say thank you for jumping in yesterday and helping us out with the UK Stroke Assembly webinar. I know, unfortunately, the technology failed us a little bit, but myself and Eamon did the webinar as planned, but we'd still like to get some information from yourself as a stroke survivor. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Of course, yes. I'm Stuart Proctor. I had a stroke at the age of 46, completely out of the blue. I'm 49 now, so been living with it for 3 years this July. Yeah, it's a different lifestyle, a different type of life, but and being what was supposed to, well, what is young, I guess, compared to some stroke survivors. I think that's helped, but it's also hindered a lot as well. But it's an interesting new phase.
Yes, yeah, and you've done very well throughout it. One of the things you did was take part in our Moving Forward After Stroke programme. And when we chatted at the webinar yesterday, we talked a lot about the benefits of being a little bit more active. Obviously, structured exercise has its benefits as well, but general activity comes into it. And I was just wondering if you've got anything you'd like to say about the specific benefits that you found.
I mean, it was fantastic. Obviously, post-stroke, I think, is quite a lonely time when you get into the new normal, and we'll have the support of the Stroke Association and all its colleagues. But when the sessions came on, it was quite an exciting time, but slightly daunting at the same time. And it was, being the young boy in the class, it was like going to school, you know. But listening to people's testimonies and how their life was going, and it was sort of like camaraderie. The fitness and exercise classes were quite, not too demanding, but really did push you, because really you've been quite static post-stroke. So the exercises were great. And as I say, that there was a lot of group therapy, I thought, just talking to people who'd had a stroke. The nutritional side was fantastic, learning about food and energy, and also rest. That was a really good positive movement as well. And I think going back to exercising, we did a few tests, and we did some walking tests, and then we've gone on to using seated movement and the bands, exercise bikes and the balls. I mean, it was fantastic. Coming from zero to movement, or trying to move a post-stroke, to going into a class where everybody had different types of issues after stroke. I thought it was fantastic, and it got you off your backside. It got you moving. You know, it was a real positive, because it's hard to motivate yourself sometimes after such a change in your life.
Yeah.
But this program, I thought, massively beneficial, but also as a group, as like the camaraderie, the complete strangers that I'll never forget now, you know, that you met, that had gone through similar things that you had, and then you could talk to them about it. I thought it was great. It was nice watching people. Sorry?
It was that connection then that you seem to get a lot from that social side.
Social side, that which helps with the mental side, touching my head there, helps with the mental agility that you need, to be able to accept the new norm, because your life changes. You know, you are slower physically, and you could also be slower mentally as well, and it takes years, doesn't it? But with the help of the Stroke Association, with the help of those sessions, it's okay. You know, somebody's telling you that it's okay, and you can move forward and have that bit more independence.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I think for you did that 12-week course, and that really helped you to become active, but you also stayed active. And
yes,
one of the things we talked about yesterday were hints and tips for people to become active and keep it going, and also obviously in these strange times of lockdown as well, how would you stay active indoors? Have you got any little hints and tips to give people?
Well, from the course and from the exercises, you can do them at home. And of course, we've had the video links and the Facebook through lockdown doing exercises as well as chats and keeping up with people. But you're stretching and your basic mobility, you can do that in your own home. You don't have to be too rigorous, but we've all got mobility issues, and you can use those stretching techniques and your arms and your legs and all your agility within doors. You don't have to go somewhere to do that. But again, it's having the it's hard because you've got to have the get up and go. In lockdown, that's pretty tough, I think, but you can do that. And yeah, I have kept up some exercises. I've joined a CrossFit class, and they are well aware of and the over 55s, I have to say, because of my mobility issues. But, and I couldn't have done that. I have to say, I couldn't have done that without the guidance and the support through the Moving Forward program, because you need that bit of confidence to do other things that aren't particularly stroke association related.
Yeah, so it's like that stepping stone, isn't it, for you?
Oh, unbelievable! If you can enhance it, we do have limitations, and you have to accept your limitations. But it doesn't mean to say that you can't be part of something. And I know you've got walking groups as well. It's fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much, Stu. So I think really to sum that up, it's a case of for you saying that you can adapt what you used to do it at home, to make sure that you are making those social connections with people, and not to rule out going back to a generic exercise group, but make sure you take small steps on the way to that.
Absolutely. No, that's a great summing up. That, I mean, yeah, you've got to know your limitations, because sometimes in the early days I didn't, and I kept getting told off for rushing things, and I've done this now, so what? And you've got to have a mindset that it takes years and years to small gains, really small gains, but important ones. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Well, thanks very much for taking a little bit of time out today, Stu. And we'll get that put onto the website, and hopefully everyone will get something from hearing from you. So thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks, Emma.